record to iCloud. There we go. Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Leanne, the Barefoot Medium, and I am an international medium, channel, twin flame connector, manifesting queen, and a spiritual teacher. I want to welcome you all to the first of what will be many, many, many more recordings to come with myself and my beautiful colleague Angelina, who I will get to introduce herself in a minute, around the twin flame energies and what's playing out universally for the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and also about how you can move yourself further towards union. So, welcome Angelina.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Tell me who you are, what do you do?
So I'm a spiritual teacher, and I also am a Reiki master and Theta healer. I also am a medium, and I'm clairvoyant. So my life purpose is to be able to help people to move forward and to evolve and to be able to attain what they wish for, you know, in this lifetime. So like you, I'm a big fan of, you know, the law of attraction and Abraham Hicks. So for me, it's I teach, you know, all my clients that, because it's a great tool to use, and I do the twin flame too, because it's our life purpose to be able to help all those that are doing the same as what we are, and so it's exciting times. We were
oh my gosh!
Yeah.
And look, you know, Angelina and I want to bring some awareness to all of you who may be working with twin flame energies and actually knowing what that is, and to also provide you with some guidance around what may be playing out for your divine counterpart, as well as for yourself as you move through the energies at the moment. And basically Spirit just kind of tapped me on the shoulder this afternoon and said, you know, there's a message here that we need you to bring through, which is why I contacted Angelina and went, right, let's record something for you guys. So here it is. And what we're basically going to do is start off with some conversation and discussion around what the twin flame is and what the divine masculine is and where they're at the moment. And then we'll move into the divine feminine, and then we'll bring through some guidance and insight around what's going on for the union and how you can move yourself closer towards that, or if you're already in union, how you can strengthen and embrace that. Yeah. So, Angelina, we were talking a little bit earlier about there being so much going on, and so tell me, what are you feeling universally that you've been experiencing in the last, say, week? Because, you know, I'll share what I've been experiencing as well, so that others can become aware of what may be playing out.
Well, like most of us that are feminines, you know, we've been doing so much shifting and, you know, a lot of inner work, and we're trying to move as fast as we can forward, you know, to be able to attain the, you know, mission, you know, get to the end of the line. And the thing is that I'm feeling like intense energies. I couldn't even sleep last night. It's just like I was just up. That's not like me, because I'm usually out, and, you know, as soon as I hit the pillow, that's it. And so the energies are intense. There's a change and there's a shift, you know. It's close, you know, it's everything's so close. So that's what I'm feeling. And I'm feeling that also, that us feminines, we've changed so much. You know, we've grown. We're in our we're in our crowns, like we really are.
Oh, yeah. And it's really interesting that you say that, because, you know, I've experienced a couple of nights in a row of not great sleep, and I've also had my feet, I've been having some tingling and some kind of tightness, I guess you'd say, in my feet. And normally when I get that, and particularly today, I've had some swirling energy around my crown. And for me, what I have is a knowing that I'm receiving some new downloads of wisdom and knowledge from Spirit. from the universe in terms of wisdom and knowledge that we can pass on to you guys and help you on your everyday journey. And my feet tingling is also about trying to ground that or anchor that new knowledge, that new vibration into the planet, not just for me and my divine partnership and my divine masculine and the union that we're creating, but also for others, to ripple that out so that others can come back into connection. Yeah, it's pretty intense, hey?
It just really is. And our focus on our work is being just magnified. It's like we know that we have to just focus on what we need to do, our part. Yeah. And like for me, it's like there's just no stopping. It's like, you know, like we already knew what we had to do for our work, but it's just full steam ahead. And we need to understand too that even when we are in union, we need to keep on going. There is no stopping, you know, because that's the thing that they love about us the most, is because of our work. So it's just full steam ahead. I just had to say that because I feel really pulled to it.
and I love that you say that, because, you know, I know that there's a lot of information out there about twin flames and divine feminine, divine masculine, etc., etc. And, you know, I really want to get across to everyone that the twin flame union is always about mission and purpose, and coming into union is always about serving a higher purpose, and whatever that may be for you and your counterpart. And as the divine feminine normally, and that can be in a male and take on the divine feminine role, because I'm just kind of being drawn to say that twin flames can be two males or two females or whatever in amongst that. Whoever's taking on the divine feminine role is kind of got a lot more responsibility with clearing and healing and shifting and transforming all of those old patterns and old stories and old, like, unconscious beliefs that are really keeping you small or keeping you limited or keeping you back from shining your light and doing what you're here to do.
Yes.
And, you know, it's never about, oh, my twin flame did this, or he did that, or she did this, or they're not talking to me. It's always coming back and reflecting on yourself and going, well, what is this providing me with an opportunity to do? And as difficult as that can be at times, they're actually gifting you a beautiful opportunity of learning and growth.
Yeah, I agree 1000%. It's like I've said this before, it's not just a love story. Your relationship, you know, with, you know, your other half really is completely different to what it is for everybody else. Okay, it's not your typical, your norm, and that's the great thing about it, because, you know, there is no conditions, there is no, you know, it's the union is actually just our reward of, you know, of all the hard work that we've done.
Of the inner work,
It's just all the inner work. We got there, and then, you know, now once we actually have it, it's sort of like, now keep on going. You have to keep on going, you know, and because you're activated and because you're full of all the love, you know, that you've just received, it just gives us that ignition to, like, full power, steam ahead. And one of the things that, I don't know, like I'm talking and I'm looking at the yellow flower that you got in the back, you know, as we were talking before, and I was drawn to wear the yellow. So a lot of our, I feel like, you know, both parties are about, you know, how we're seeing each other and feeling about ourselves. It's about us, about ourselves, and to believe that, you know, we are enough. I in the past few weeks too, there's been a lot of work, talk about healing to do with family. You know, our connections with family, and also our beliefs about what's around that too. So for an example, for me, you know, with my family, I love them dearly. It's religious, but I can't have them in my lifetime, in this lifetime, because, you know, they don't agree with what I do. And for maybe for others, it might have to do with, like what you said about the same sex, you know, or, you know, or it could be about race or whatever it is that's stopping us from being together.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, you know,
Or your past patterns or past story, you know, just bringing it into the norm, past relationships, which, you know, like you said, for you, the religion aspect popped up. For me, what's popped up this week is a past relationship, and that past person popping their head up to kind of attempt to wobble me and put me into doubt around the union, if that makes sense. So for me, what's come up is old stories and old beliefs, and, you know, trusting that stays with that old story, not with the new.
Yes.
So
I agree.
yeah, so thank you for that. And what does the yellow mean for you?
Well, for me, it's always about the solar plexus. Okay, so this is about, you know, the belief that you can have what you are wishing for, what you're desiring, and if it is to be with your divine, you know, partner, you know, to believe that you're actually going to be in that, because you got to know it already. To believe in yourself, the self-worth, you know, to understand that they see your soul, and that's what they're seeing through you. So, or imperfections, you got a belly, you know, you got some grey hairs, whatever it is, or, you know, and it could be something so silly to the other person because they're just seeing perfection. So
Exactly.
it's about the self-love, you know,
Yeah.
and like I've been saying to most of my clients this week, it's you need to find, you know, the mystery that's in yourself, because when there's so much about you, you still don't even know.
Exactly.
There's so much.
And you know, I love that, because one of the things that I teach quite a lot of my clients about is how to step into love for self, and what does that look like, sound like, and feel like for you. Because when someone says, or I don't know about you, but in the past for me, when someone said, well, you're not loving yourself, I was like, well, how do you do that without being narcissistic or, you know, selfish or whatever other labels have been put on that? So I think one of the first things that we have to really get clear on within ourselves is, what do I need, or what do you need, in order to feel love for you? What does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? And for me, I'm very much physical touch. So I need my hugs. I need my kisses. I need my words of, you know, encouragement, or, you know, you're looking awesome today, or whatever. So knowing that is what fills my love tank. And if I'm not filled with that love, then how can I give that to not only my divine counterpart, also to all those people that I'm here to serve or support in their journey, in whatever way, shape or form that looks.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's also giving yourself permission. So like for me, when it came to because I wouldn't even take photos before of myself. That's how bad it was. Or I was that shy that I wouldn't even speak up or talk, you know, in front of people, you know, let alone a camera or take a photo. Forget about that. But the thing is that it's a work in progress about, you know, seeing yourself and giving yourself permission that, you know, I want to wear bright colors, and I want to step into the goddess, and I want to like myself, you know, I want to achieve what I want to do, you know, to do with my work, to be able to help others and everything. But it's giving yourself that permission to be able to do what you want to do in this lifetime, and not care about what society, what family, what anybody else is actually wanting, because the whole test of this twin flame thing journey is about your knowing, you know, to be able to you first love yourself. That's a great high vibration. that you're not expecting, you know, things from the other. It's an unconditional love, but it is also about you sort of like stepping into following your heart. You have to follow your heart and your guides.
Yeah.
And then you pass the test. You start passing the test because you're doing what you need to do. Yeah.
Yeah. And look, you know, I had a bit of a joke with a friend of mine, another friend earlier, about, you know, that passing the test in a lesson or a learning or whatever it is. And as a trained teacher who taught in universities, we always had a lesson plan. And so I made a bit of a joke with this friend earlier and said, well, surely the universe can provide me with the lesson plan up front so that I just know how to work with that.
Yes.
It'd probably take the fun out of it, wouldn't it? All right. So what I want to do now is step into doing some readings or some guidance for the Divine Masculine, and particularly looking at where they're at in the present moment, and then looking at challenges, obstacles that they may be moving through at the moment, as well as what solutions or opportunities may be presented for them, or how they can move forward, as well as message from the universe in order to move forward. And then, Angelina, you'll pop in and do some guidance for the Divine Feminine. So I'm going to kick off with using my Love's Journey with the Tarot, Love, Relationship and Intimacy Tarot deck, which is specifically designed for twin flame stuff. And I'm going to just basically ask the universe to draw me a card for what the Divine Masculine in the collective, universally, is currently experiencing. And I want to go with this one. And we've got the Page of Swords here. So what the connection is here is around communication and connection. And I'm feeling like there's a newness in them learning to communicate and connect with the Divine Feminine in a different way at the moment. And that they've really stepped up and stepped out of their old baggage, their old unconscious beliefs that were holding them back, because in the last month and a half, maybe 2 months, a lot of the Divine Masculines have been doing growth and work on themselves in the background. Whether you are with your Divine Masculine or not, they've been working on themselves, so trust and know that. I feel like they've been communicating and looking at their connections in their world in terms of people, places and situations that they've been involved in and are currently involved in, and are looking at how they can clear those out if they're not serving them, so that they can create the space to move more fully into divine love and that space of joy and connection and union and fulfillment is the word that Spirit just dropped in amongst that. So what I feel like is happening is that the Divine Masculine is really learning a new way of being and communicating and connecting in the world, where their intuition and their inner knowing is being fully accepted, which is something quite new for the masculine, because traditionally the masculine is the provider, the protector, you know, the one that professes, you know, their love for the feminine. And as the protector, a lot of the masculine haven't been allowed to accept their intuitive and their inner knowing. And so Spirit's really saying that now they're stepping into owning that and allowing that and accepting that for themselves. And they're also knowing that the connection with their Divine Feminine is true. They're no longer questioning it. And so even if the Divine Feminine, you'll go more into that, but I want to acknowledge the Divine Feminine in amongst it. Even if you're not with your Divine Masculine counterpart, They want you to know that they know the connection exists and to trust it. Okay, so that's the first card from the Divine Masculine. The next one is around the challenges or obstacles that they may be facing. And we've got some stuff coming up around Page of Pentacles. Now, this is really about them being that provider. And they've got some obstacles and challenges coming up around how they provide a stable, secure space, whether that's physically, energetically, emotionally, mentally, or even financially. Okay, so there's some stuff around money in particular for a lot of the Divine Masculine at the moment to overcome and to look at what it is they can provide. Because emotional and the spiritual space is actually more important to provide for the feminine than the other. So for those Divine Masculines out there listening to this, just know that what you can provide is okay. And it's honoured and it's valued and it's respected. And to just allow yourself to ask for the solution to be shown to you. And when I do that, the solution that comes up is the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords really does connect with her intuitive knowing and embraces that intuition, that inner guidance. So Divine Masculine who are listening to this, please know that it is really essential that you focus on your intuitive knowing and you trust the communication that you may be getting, even if it's telepathically or spiritually at the moment, because there seems to be a lot of that going on, which is why the sleep disturbances, because a lot of us are going up into spirit to get that knowledge, wisdom and guidance and to bring it back and ground it in. And the masculine's doing the same. So trust and know that your spiritual gifts are there for a purpose and for you to work with the feminine. That's your solution. That's the solution to the stability and the security, because she provides the balance. Okay, message from the universe. The Knight of Cups. Movement. Emotions. I feel like I want to talk about movement forward, and that things are going to flow really quickly, really easily, really smoothly, and that it's really important that you trust and you focus on that direction that you're heading, and that anything that doesn't feel right, you just let it go. Trust in your own knowing, trust in your own truth, and speak up about what's not true for you. Okay, don't take on others' stories. Allow yourself to flow rapidly. I feel like the universe is saying, come on, get moving. Okay, and what they're saying is that there'll be lots of fun and joy and playfulness and passion and abundance and love and sensuality and all of that, and connectedness in amongst that when you allow yourself to flow. So open to receiving that. And last card from me for the Divine Masculine is movement forward, which kind of already was summed up. Wow. We've got Queen of Pentacles. Happy families, happy connections, happy unions, happy growth. And I want to say that allow yourself to thrive and experience the beauty that life has to offer you, because you're about to step into a whole new level of connection, of play, of your work, of your purpose, and of you, and just who you are, and embracing and knowing who you are with all your being. So step into it, own it, and be you. Cool.
Love it.
Love it for the divine masculine. How awesome is that?
I say go the masculines. Woo.
All right, now divine feminine, sweetheart. Let's hear what she's got to say.
Okay, so I've already shuffled the first cards, and the first one that I've actually got, so it's sort of like at the present moment, she's got about embracing her emotions. I feel like, you know, that feminine sort of like been struggling just a little bit about how she's, because I think that she, you know, she's been trying to be really strong for such a long time. And so then, because we've been doing a lot of heart chakra, you know, energy work and heart to heart, a lot of, you know, opening our hearts up to and clearing things that are there, we've been getting a little bit emotional. And we're like, what the heck is this? I know that I got my stuff together, but what is this? And I just feel like, you know, because the energies are so intense, you know, we sort of like got to embrace this. We've been breaking through all the negative things that are around us, people, you know, conditions, you know, self-chatter and everything. We're just breaking through it like real fast. And I feel like Spirit's sort of like saying, just hold on. It's sort of like, you know, because we got Spirit right there with us. And you know, I love it because it's a unicorn. And we're grabbing onto the unicorn and we're just like, just full steam ahead with everything. But it just, because it's so intense, we just get a bit shaky at times and with everything. But I feel like, you know, all our wishes are there. Everything's, you know, coming really fast too. It is also like a number, you know, 1 and 8, it's 9. So I just feel like, you know, this beautiful, you know, spiritual journey that's happening fast for us. It's just trying to help us, you know, also learn how to be in our emotions with such intense energies. Just it's just a challenge because there's more things coming up after. Remember, there's you know, even union's nothing, you know, like it's everything, but it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning of the more things that are coming up later. The challenges and obstacles, it says I love you. Okay. I think it's once again, it's about our perspective on things. We know they love us. We know we love them. So it's sometimes I feel like our challenge is because we want to hear it so much here on the 3D. We want to hear it. We want to feel it. You know, so it's such a big challenge for us, you know, to sort of like just believe and trust and but just to understand that even though we're going to hear those words, we will hear those words, and we've got so much Spirit around us telling us and showing us constantly with all the signs and signals that they do. The solution and opportunities, be supportive, make a genuine effort to show you care. I feel like you know, that we have shown so much that we do care and that we are supportive to the divine masculine. I do feel like divine feminine has been needing support. Just a sign, you know, for them to that they do care, that the divine masculine does care. Even though they've been, like I said, once again, they've been sending signals and they've been showing signs and everything, that they are there for us and that they're coming. But the thing is that I feel like one of the solutions to our anxieties would be grateful if they showed it here. But I do feel like, you know, it's actually coming. Message from the universe. Patience. I don't know, why do they do this to us? Right. Okay.
Patience is a swear word for me.
It just really is.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're
Yeah.
masters of patience. I tell you
Yeah.
that.
So, yeah.
Okay, so it says love is patient and kind always. I feel like with that, it's sort of like spirit really telling the feminine that because it is their journey, they have to shift. They have to be in a certain vibration. It is their journey too. Be patient for your half to come to you, and, you know, saying, I know what I want, I know what I need, in that energy that we want them to be anyway. So for you to have the patience to know that it's all worth the wait, it's all worth the wait. What to do to shift forward? It says demonstrate love.
Ah, love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Find out what is important to you, to the people you love, and act on it. I do feel, you know, the demonstration that you do anyway, you've been hearing spirit telling you to, you know, send out this or talk about this, or so you are demonstrating love to them subtly. It's great that we've all gotten to the stage that, you know, we're not forceful, we're just patient, we're sitting back, we're waiting, we're understanding, but certain little drops here and there of them hearing or seeing through the universe or through things in the 3D, that we do love them unconditionally, patiently, you know.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's that.
Love it. Awesome. And then what we thought we would do is also draw 3 cards between us for the union around thoughts you can work with, as in an affirmation, as well as what vibration, and Angelina will draw a card around that one, around the vibration that you need to embrace around union, and then an action, so that you can work with that law of attraction to really help you move towards union, or to enhance your union if you're already in. Okay? So the affirmation, I am willing to respect and love myself exactly as I am. So for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine, this is your affirmation for the present moment, and to work with in order to clear those mental bodies of old thought patterns or old stories that may have been playing out, that have created resistance to the union. So once again, I am willing to respect and love myself exactly as I am. I know, right?
I'll do my card.
Yeah, please.
Okay. So I've got 3 cards here. So I'll do one. You do one. I'll do one. So the one of them is embarrassment.
Oh, nice.
I just feel like, once again, judgment. You know, so we're judging ourselves because the other person isn't judging us. The other person is not judging us. So it's just about embarrassment, about, you know, whether it's your physical or things from the past, or things that, you know, you might have acted on in the past, you know, to your divine. I got to understand that they have unconditional love for you.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about. They love you just as you are. You know, the light and the dark part of you, there is no judgments. So that you can shift very quickly, because you got to understand that they just love your soul. They're in love with your soul.
Yeah.
Yep. It's pretty good.
Yeah. And so have you got another emotion one there?
Yes.
Go for it. You do the emotion ones.
Okay. Interested.
Yep.
Okay. Just 100%. You know, interested. You know, so obviously, you know, you both understand that the connection that there is, you know, for the both of yous, it's just it's you can't deny it. It's you both are interested. So the word says it all.
You don't need to explain that one.
No,
It's really about embracing that on a vibrational level, though, isn't it? And how do you embrace the vibration or the energy of interested? So, you know, one of the things that I channel through Abraham. So one of the things that often comes through for clients in that way is about going, well, you know, isn't that interesting? Or, wow, that's an interesting photo. Or, you know, just observing your everyday life and going, well, I'm interested in that. No, I'm not interested in that. And allowing yourself to discern where that interest is. And then being able to show your interest to your divine counterpart. And, you know, so that you're giving them that confirmation that you're interested. It's okay to, like, it's like that green light. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I feel like it's these cards, like the last one is about understanding. I do feel like, you know, because there is communication, you know, happening, and there is, you know, movement forward. Like I said, it's in the air, and, you know, sometimes what holds back the other person is sort of like, you know, the fears and, you know, the embarrassment, and, you know, thinking that the other person is not going to understand. Like one of your cards was talking about, for them to use their intuition, you know, knowing that, you know, the yous are both very intuitive. Yous both are very aware of the situation and everything. So of course the other person is going to be very understanding. Don't think that, you know, you're going to have this, you know, reaction that it's not going to be good. They're going to be like, well, I kind of knew. But, you know, they will hold space for you and love you, and then work things out together. Like with one of the things that you were saying earlier too, that, you know, the other person, it's like you might be stressing out about, you know, whether it's money and things like that, when the divine feminine or the divine masculine is actually going, how about we talk about it and we create a solution, because we've got to work as partners, and it just would, everything would just flow so much more easier.
And, you know, it fits perfectly with the action cards, and the first one is meditate. And for me, meditation is simply about getting present and getting aware of your own breath and your own connection to yourself. So taking that time to connect to you and your inner truth and your intuition is perfect. And then the second one, which is awesome and fits in well, is speak your truth. And fits in beautifully with the don't be embarrassed and the, you know, allow yourself to be understood. How can you ask, you know, your counterpart to understand you if you're not willing to speak up and say, here's my truth, okay, or here's what feels true for me right now. Is that true for you? And having that beautiful connected conversation and working as a team. And, you know, it's been in the energy and the ethers for me this week, in particular around working together as a team. And I've been so used to being an independent woman that has had to do everything on her own for such a long time, that I will often get my intuitive knowing in about something to do and I'll action it. So I kind of swing between my divine feminine of getting that in and actioning so quickly that and not including the divine masculine in that process. So I've kind of caught myself a couple of times going, oh, whoops, old pattern of stepping in and acting independently when there's a connection and a team there. So honouring that and speaking that.
Perfect.
Well, wow, big energies for those of you who are listening right now, and we hope that we've certainly helped you to be able to move through whatever you're experiencing. As I said, my name's Leanne, the Barefoot Medium. If you want to connect with me further, you can do so through my website, thebarefootmedium.com.au, and book in for an individual reading or coaching. If you're in twin flame relationship, I do some intuitive coaching as well with practical stuff. And Angelina?
So you can find me on Angelina Bianchi, a psychic healer, and on the Facebook and Instagram too. So usually that's the best way, because my website's under construction. There's a lot of changes. Like I said, you know, we're starting just cutting off all the old and just creating all the new energy, new life, new things, new friends, new work, new everything, you know,
New
just
purpose,
upgrading everything at the moment. So yeah, so I'm excited about all that. So
awesome. Well, thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you and connecting with you next time. Let us know your feedback on this video, and if you'd like more information, you know where to find us. Thanks so much. Let me just stop the recording.